G'day gamers, welcome back to our continuing story of the chaotic kingdom of the kindly Kineticist Kevin Kaosstrike. When last we left off, we had just hired the last of our mercenaries, so we now have a full company of Kineticists that we can call upon. The only problem is that we don't have any decent armor for Craig. Can't use any of that, and you only had that. So we're going to pop out and see if Oleg has any more chain shirts for sale. Let's have a look. Nope. And I don't feel it's worthwhile buying studded leather, so we'll leave him with the armor that he's got for the moment. He will be in the back of the party, I guess, so hopefully that means he won't be taking too much in the way of damage. So let's head out. As I mentioned in the last episode, the plan here is to complete a couple of the little things in the area, so we might just go and do the Fangberry Cave. Okay, so let's go and do the Fangberry Cave and see how we go with that. So before we do anything else, let's make sure, that we set up, that all characters are set up correctly. So, you are a kinetic healer already, that's good. We didn't give you kinetic healing, which was a mistake. You're set up, you're another fire one. I'm actually tempted to rearrange the party and actually put both of our fire ones up the front. And then these four are water. Maybe with these two at the moment at the back because they're our healers. That sort of makes sense to me. We're going to put that there. We're going to get rid of that. We'll bring that over there. We'll put that there. And you are going to use that by default. Good. So I've got a blast. She's got a blast. You've got a blast. You've got a blast set up. You've got a blast set up and you're healing ready to go, and you're air, not water, aren't you? Yes. Okay, so we might swap those two. So we've got the two fire and all. Fire, air, fire, water, water, water. You're set up, you're set up. Okay, let's set these up. Don't know why that is set like that. Kinetic healer, that's good. Get rid of that. That by default. Put that down there and we're done. Very nice. So, here's the problem. You can only use this gather power when you're actually in combat. So if I now wanted to use... Actually, I won't do this. I'll use this guy. If I want to use my kinetic healing ability, which costs 1 burn, I can't go low-powered gather and then click on this and go heal because I'm outside of combat. So that's a little bit annoying because technically outside of combat I should be able to turn that on and say, please gather power for me, because I want to... So I should just be able to click it here, and he should just immediately gather power so that he can use that ability without having to cost any burn. So it's a little bit annoying, but, you know, we've seen that that healing ability works well. So that's good. And at the moment, we don't really have any other essential abilities that we use that cost burn. The only other ability that most of these guys have are these protective abilities that they've got, right? And that one, which are always on, but they grant, if you use one burn, right? So if I turn that on, does that increase my armor straight up? My armor class is 18 there. If I turn that off, it's 16. So I think we can turn most of these on, and they don't... That one cost... Where's my... Does fire not have an equivalent one? I guess not. I didn't take that skill. That one. Okay, so the water-based ones have that ability which doesn't actually cost anything and gives them some extra protection, and then they can then use 1 point of burn to increase it even further, which the fire guys don't have. So let's head in. The protective abilities that these guys have, though, are going to be useful. Whether it costs me a burn, I don't really mind. So what I'm hoping is that these blasts work well. Oh, they work very well against the swarms. Oh, that is just too easy as a Kineticist party. That is very, very good. That is, without a doubt, the quickest I have ever gotten through this cave. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. So let's punish ourselves. Let's try and do this again. Let's just save before we go in. Okay. What I think I'm going to do is create a couple of custom formations. The thing is, I really feel that this formation I like quite a bit, because by being 3 across rather than 3 down, you've got more of your party close to the enemy. They don't have to move as far in combat. But what I also want to try and do is see if I can put everybody into the front row and just sort of pack them in close together like this, because particularly because these guys, they all cast blasts that all go the same range. And so if I can get them all in a line, they might all be able to get off their attack at similar times. It depends on their initiative, but being able to be in a line like that where they don't have to move first to get into range to attack, I feel might actually be a good layout. So we're going to give this a try. Yeah, it does seem to be a workable layout like this. So let's just creep a little bit there. Okay. Now I know he's probably not in range yet, but I'm going to turn that on, that on, that on. I am going to use a point of burn to turn these on. Excuse me, emergency mute. Okay, so we're all ready to go. Let's attack. See, look at this. Massive blast from these guys all at the same time. The fact that we're missing now is not that great. Damn it. Oh man, this is just chewing through the party way too quickly. We're not ready for this yet. We definitely need another level. Okay. So we'll come back to this one again later. I must say, one of the things I'm very tempted to set up or use as quickly as possible is the extended range blasts, so that I can be attacking from further away. I just think that might help get some of those first shots off quicker. Okay, so I've got my level. As soon as this battle's over, I'll be able to level up. Assuming I survive, of course, but I don't see why I wouldn't. There we go. Level 3 as a Kineticist. Weapon focus on my kinetic blasts. Now, Fan of Flames might be a better one to take. Both of these take 1 burn to use, but when they get close, being able to use a blast like this means I can target more than one opponent, but they get a save throw, whereas normally they don't get a save for my blasts. being able to shoot at a longer distance, or I can use Burning Infusion, which ignites them and causes an extra 1d6 of fire damage each round until the fire is extinguished. It doesn't explain how the fire is ever extinguished. I think I'm going to take Burning Infusion because it only takes one burn to use it. I might even turn that on immediately and just use the Gather Energy to negate it. So I think it's already turned on. And so I'm going to turn on that as well. And that means that anytime I hit something, it's going to burn just that little bit more. Let's just do a little bit of healing here. Right. We're all good. Let's save that. Yeah, as I was saying, I was thinking about using the Extended Blast. There's good and bad about using all of those things. Extended Blast or Extended Range would be handy, but of course it uses one burn, but you can offset that. The Fan of Flames is also useful, but they can save against it, and that's the problem. Giving them that ability to save, it's not always bad because they're not always going to be able to save from it, but just the ability to let them do that does seem like it's going to be a problem. Can someone please just hit the ball that one last time? We were doing so well at the start. I thought we were going to just have him dead in no time. So I don't know if any of my attacks caused the board to keep burning or not. So I did 9 damage there, and I definitely hit there. Reflex save throw. Was that a save to not get the burning damage? Save throw, reflex negates. Okay, so there is a save against that as well. Which means that the extended range blast is probably the better sort of thing to go for because they can't save against it. It just gives you the ability to do damage from a little bit further away. Okay, let's just chew through a few more potions here to get these guys healed up. One more. Okay. Quick save that. Now this is probably going to be a hard fight. Just because of the misses that we seem to have still. Okay. Let's go to it. Oh, he's coming down this way. That wasn't good because I was hoping he would stay up there with... But then we managed to take him down very quickly, way more quickly than I expected. We must have been doing extra damage. I suspect that we were doing extra fire damage Reflex save failed. Yeah, so he then would have taken more damage if he hadn't have survived. Electrical damage. He succeeded in his save throw there. I think we were just lucky and we just hit him a lot. I'm not sure how well that ability is working for Kevin, but, you know, we will keep going with it, I guess. Okay, so we have pretty much done everything that we need to before we go to the old sycamore tree. So we're going to head back to Oleg's. Goblins. 2 goblin alchemists. You can target him. 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 And I will target him. Oh look, we don't have that turned on anymore. Okay, and I think that's a good place to end this episode. So thank you for joining me in this episode of the Chaotic Kingdom of the Kindly Kineticist, Kevin Kaosstrike. In our next episode, we are going to head to the Old Sycamore and start clearing out that area. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me a like, and you can subscribe, leave any comments down below, and I will see you for the next episode. Thank you very much. Bye.